mantras of our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, keep yourself open to the Divine Mother. Keep yourself open to the Divine Mother. Remember her always and let her force work in you, rejecting all other influences. That is the rule for integral yoga. With always our love and blessings, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo.
Je t'adore. O thou, whom I cannot understand, in the silence of the purest devotion, I adore thee. पृथ्वी रेणुरनुः पयांस कनिका हल्गुः स्फुलिङ्गो लघुस्तेजो निःश्वासनं मरुतु तनुतरं रन्ध्रं सुसूक्ष्मं नभः क्षुद्रारुद्रपितामह प्रभृतयः कीटाः समस्ताः सुराः दृष्टा यत्र स तारको विजयते श्रीपादधूलीकणः या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोराः पापकाशिनी तस्मत्तमेव मम शरणं तया नस्तनुवा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताब्दिचाकशीः तस्मत्तमेव शरणं ततः परं ब्रह्म परं बृहन्तम यथा निकायं सर्वभूतेषु गूढम् तस्मत्तमेव शरणम् ॐ विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारमेश तं ज्ञात्वाहमिता भवन्ति वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्क वह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे वरदं वन्दे शिवं वन्दे श्रीहरम्.
Mantras of bliss and transformation. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the lotus of the eternal knowledge and the eternal perfection. The lotus of the eternal knowledge and the eternal perfection is a bud closed and folded up within us. It opens swiftly or gradually, petal by petal, through successive realizations. Sri Aurobindo Savitri, Book 3, The Book of the Divine Mother, Canto 2, The Adoration of the Divine Mother, page 353. Even while he stood on being's naked edge, and all the passion and seeking of his soul faced their extinction in some featureless vast, the presence he yearned for suddenly drew close. Across the silence of the ultimate calm, out of a marvelous transcendence core, a body of wonder and transculency, as if a sweet, mystic summary of herself escaping into the original bliss, had come enlarged out of eternity. Someone came infinite and absolute, a being of wisdom, power, and delight, even as a mother draws her child to her arms, took to her breast nature and world and soul, abolishing the signless emptiness, breaking the vacancy and voiceless hush, piercing the limitless unknowable into the liberty of the motionless depths. A beautiful and felicitous lustre stole, imaged itself in a surprising being, and built a golden passage to his heart, touching through him all longing sentient things. A moment's sweetness of the all beautiful cancelled the vanity of the cosmic realm. A nature throbbing with a heart divine was felt in the unconscious universe. It made the breath a happy mystery and brought a love sustaining pain with joy, a love that bore the cross of pain with joy. You demonize the sorrow of the world, made happy the weight of long ending time, the secret caught of God's felicity, affirming in life a hidden ecstasy. It held the spirit to its miraculous course, carrying immortal values to the hours. It justified the labor of the suns, for one was there supreme behind the God. A mother mind brooded, a mother mind brooded upon the world. A consciousness revealed its marvelous front, transcending all that is, denying none. Imperishable above our fallen heads, he felt a rapturous and unstumbling force. The undying truth appeared, the enduring power of all that here is made and destroyed. All of that here is made and then destroyed. The mother of all godheads and all strengths, who mediatrix binds earth to the supreme. Words of our Divine Mother, taken from the collective works of our Divine Mother, Part 2, topic Certitude, page 82. Our Divine Mother says, we must march on with a quiet certitude that what has to be done will be done. Certitude, assured and calm, it never argues. certitude of victory. It is not noisy, but it is sure. The divine grace. The Supreme has sent His grace into the world to save it. It is the divine grace that must be prayed for. If justice were to manifest, very few would be those who could stand in front of it. Justice is the strict logical determinism of the moments of universal nature. Illnesses are this determinism applied to the material body. The medical mind based itself upon this ineluctable justice strives to bring about conditions that should lead logically to good health. The moral consciousness acts in the same way in the social body and tapasya in the spiritual domain. Our Divine Mother says, the grace is infinite for him who sincerely trusts the grace. The divine grace is always with you, and by your trust you allow its action to be effective. It is in proportion to our trust in the divine that the divine grace can act for us and help. Integral trust in the divine is the trust that gives the true support to life. Our trust in the divine must not depend upon outward circumstances. Very few, says our Divine Mother, very few are those who can stand firm on the rock of their faith and trust in the divine. With the trust in the divine's grace, all obstacles can be surmounted. It is only by remaining perfectly peaceful and calm with an unshakable confidence and faith in the divine grace that you will allow circumstances to be as good as they can be. The very best happens always to those who put their entire trust in the divine and in the divine alone. Our Divine Mother says, when in your life you meet with a hardship, take it as a grace from the Lord, and indeed it will become so. In any case, and whatever happens, always consider events as a gift from the divine grace, which is leading you by swift paths towards the spiritual goal of your life. What can be done will be done, but it is a matter of regret that you waited so long for the warning. In any case, the only thing which is really effective is to will what the divine wills and to keep an unshakable confidence in the supreme compassion of the divine grace, for through that it is always the best that happens, not the best according to the human ideas, but the best according to the supreme truth. Be calm and full of a solid and pure faith, says our Divine Mother.
Of all realization, give us a faith active and ardent, absolute and unshakable in thy victory.
Our Divine Mother says, the only thing to do is to accept quietly the conditions in which you find yourself, knowing that for him who has faith in the divine, it is always the best for him that happens. The divine does not want human beings to suffer, but in their ignorance, human beings react in such a way that they bring suffering upon themselves. In peace, quietness and surrender is the only solution. Our Divine Mother says, all depends on what you want. If you want yoga, take all that happens as the expression of the divine grace. Take All that happens as the expression of the divine grace leading you towards your goal, and try to understand the lesson that circumstances give. For those who have given themselves to the divine, each difficulty that confronts them is the assurance of a new progress, and thus must be taken. For those who have given themselves to the divine grace, our Divine Mother says, for those who have given themselves to the divine, each difficulty that confronts them is the assurance of a new progress, and thus must be taken as a gift from the grace. When difficulties besiege you, know that the divine grace is with you. People believe that the grace means making everything smooth all through your life. It is not true. The grace works for the realization of your aspiration, and everything is arranged to gain the most prompt, the quickest realization. Our Divine Mother says, the grace is something that pushes you towards the goal to be attained. Do not try to judge it by your mind. You will not get anywhere, because it is something formidable which is not explained through human words or feelings. When the grace acts, the result may be or may not be pleasant. It takes no account of any human value. It may even be a catastrophe from the ordinary and the superficial point of view, but it is always the best for the individual. It is a blow that the divine sends so that the progress may be made by leaps and bounds. The grace is that which makes you march swiftly towards the realization. Next topic, peace and silence. Subtopic, calm. Our Divine Mother says, be very careful to remain always calm and peaceful, and let an integral equanimity establish itself more and more completely in your being. Do not allow your mind to be too active and to live in a turmoil. Do not jump to conclusions from a superficial view of things. Always take your time, concentrate, and decide only in quietness, says our Divine Mother. Question, sweet Mother, can calm give a solution to our problems? For this, our Divine Mother says yes. But for this, the calm must be perfect in all parts of your being, so that the power may express itself through it, so that the experience doesn't become dangerously distorted and painful. You must keep an absolute calm. It is only in peace and calm that the divine force expresses itself and acts. It is very good to have recovered the calm. It is in the calm that the body can increase its receptivity and gain the power to contain. Do not confuse calm with inertia. Calm is self-poised strength, quiet and conscious energy, mastery of the impulses, control over the unconscious reflexes. In work, Calm is the source of efficiency and an indispensable condition for perfection. Increase the inner rest, it becomes a rest always present, even in the midst of the greatest activity, so steady that nothing has the power to shake it. Then you will become a perfect instrument of the manifestation. Surely to be quiet is not tamas. In fact, it is only in quietness that the proper thing can be done. What I call quietness is to do the work without being disturbed by anything and to observe everything without being disturbed by anything. Be quiet. We have only to work patiently without being disturbed by anything and keep unshaken the faith in the inevitable victory. Our Divine Mother says, quietness, quietness, a calm, a concentrated strength, so quiet that nothing can shake it. This is the indispensable basis for the integral realization. The more a person is quiet in front of all occurrences, equal in all circumstances, and keeps a perfect mastery of himself, and remains peaceful in the presence of whatever happens, the more he has progressed towards the goal. In quietness, you will feel that the divine force, help, and protection are always with you. When one remains perfectly quiet, without fear, nothing serious can happen. The only thing you have to do is to remain quiet, undisturbed, solely turned towards the divine. The rest is in His hands. That is always the best thing to do, to keep quiet, open, and call or wait for the descent. Be quiet always, calm, peaceful, and let the force work in your consciousness through the transparency of a perfect sincerity. It is only in quietness and peace that one can know what is the best thing to do. The storm, says our Divine Mother, is only at the surface of the sea. In the depths, all is quiet. Question, sweet mother. I have come to a point when I do not seem to understand anything. I do not lack ideas or understanding in terms of words. What I lack is a sense of reality, a force of being and direction. It is not at all a happy state of affairs. For this, our Divine Mother says, you told me all that last night between 10 and 11. And as you were somewhat restless, I told you, first of all, you must be quiet. The whole thing was very vivid, and I appreciate the power of your thought, but I insist on the necessity of being calm and quiet. It is indispensable. Do not get agitated. Keep quiet, and everything will be all right. In the quietness, peace, and silence that the spiritual forces act. All agitation, excitement come from an adverse influence. The true power is always quiet. Restlessness, agitation, impatience are the sure signs of weakness and imperfection, says our Divine Mother.